So tip number 1, there is no one best programming language. Programming languages are just tools to get the job done. Each language has its pros and cons, and you do not need to be closed-minded to only your language. For example, if your main language is C++ and you're trying to solve a problem, and so you're looking through code and you see a solution in Python, don't be against reading that Python code and correlating that to C++. Once you understand one language really well, reading other code should be of use to you rather than you just not even looking at it. So tip number 2, learn the fundamentals all the way, 100%. Understanding the fundamentals of programming is so important. Once you understand the fundamentals, you will start to understand how things are working in code, regardless of the language. When I say fundamentals, I mean for loops, if statements, logical operators, and data structures. If you understand these things, just about every other programming language has these embedded in them. When you know the fundamentals, you start to realize that all programming is taking in data, storing it in a specific way, and manipulating that data that is stored. And this is the loop, be it all programming. Tip number 3, learn to Google. This is where the learning really happens. To be able to Google your problem in whatever it may be, you must first understand what the problem is. Once you understand what the problem actually is, you can then type in that concept of that onto Google and help you yourself learn the solution and how to get over that problem. This is crucial to know as a beginner because you will not know everything. Google will teach you everything that you do not know. Tip number 4, everything you learn in programming will be forgotten if it is not used. When you learn something new, apply that concept or topic for real programming. This could be through projects or practice problems on that concept or topic. Using these things that you learn will not only help you remember what you're learning, but it will make you a better programmer because you know how to use these things that you are learning rather than just reading about it. For example, if you are learning how to reverse a linked list, if you just read books and books upon reversing a linked list, sure, you'll know how to do it conceptually, but until you actually do it in your programming language and figure out how to remember it and do it in your own head with your programming language and think in that language, it's useless. Because you can know everything about reversing a linked list, but until you do it, you won't really understand it. Tip number 5, don't give up. Beginner programmers will always have gaps in their knowledge. I still have gaps. These gaps are only filled by knowing that they exist. This is why you must fail and see that you have a gap in your knowledge, which then you go and find that knowledge and fill in that gap. After failing, you must always be a student when dealing with this programming stuff and keep an open mind to the topics and stuff and not act like you know it all, because in reality, if you act like you know it all, you will never be able to learn and improve what you know currently. So guys, if you learned something new, like the video, comment down below some tips that you think other people should know about programming, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I've been making like 2,000 a minute.